Hello, this is Malorian, and this is a 30-point game of Epic Lylyth against Ossyan. Alright, so when I went in for league games today, I was really excited to try out this new combination I thought of. Basically, you have the Seraph to move up the Proteus then works off Lylyth's feet, and so being able to move up and be able to shoot out along 10 inches, basically you have an 18-inch threat range where you can draw something in. Once you draw it in, it gets to punch on it, and then of course the Scythian can always try and finish it off. So this should really make it for some pretty easy caster kills if I can find an opening, and then otherwise I can be picking things away with the Seraph, with Lylyth, and with the Striders. With the Shadow Pack, everything except for my Shepherd has stealth, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, it should be pretty interesting. My first game here is the one with the 3 different flags. One will disappear after turn 1, and I'm up against Retribution and this Ossyan, however you say his name. So there's kind of like this Mage Hunter thing on the left. He's going to have 2 of these weapon teams. These yeah, you're going to see him. There's Hypnos, there's a Griffin, and some Stormfall Archers. There's a whole bunch of shooting, which for the most part I won't really care about because of my stealth, but then again, his templates is going to make it a bit of an issue. And so here's a little close-ups. You can tell what all these things are that I don't know their names of. But as you can see, my biggest problem is that if I want to pull him in, I have to clear out all this chaff. And there's a lot of these guys to try and get it done with. So I don't know if it's going to work, but I'll just go back to my regular attrition style if needed. So his turn 1 stuff is just really marching up. His Dawn Guard have Quicken on them, and the big thing that's going to be causing me some trouble is he has that Mage Hunter guy on the left, which, because it has stealth and a far charge range, is going to kind of neutralize my Striders for a bit. So that's a little bit of a pain. My turn 1, I'm really just trying to get in position, trying to put on the pressure so that he's going to need to move up to get to these different objectives, and also moving my Striders over to a safer spot and make it so my Seraph can always knock out his Mage Hunter guy on the left. And of course I have Shadow Pack up now. So it turns out that the one that disappeared is the center one, which is great because he's all concentrated there. He really doesn't split up though, really does just bulk up in the center, stays very defensive, shoots off some templates at me. I can't remember if he did any damage to me or not. I think he did a little bit to Proteus or something, but you can see his Mage Hunter is just edging up a little bit as well, and that's pretty much it. My turn 2, this is where I basically decide to go for scenario. He has so much stuff in front of his caster, it would be such a pain to try and get to him. So I'm just going to try and force his hand. So I have the Seraph that goes over to the left leg, kills his guy. I'm going to get that control point. I have the Scythian move over to the right, so he's not scoring, but he's contesting at this point, and otherwise I'm just trying to block off Lylyth. I tried to put on the pincushion on his Dawn Guard guys and pick away at them, but just couldn't get anything through. His turn 3 then, so I think he kind of saw that now I was in a good position, but what he started trying to do was just moving over his Stormfall, really trying to smash into my Proteus so that he can cast the AoE onto Lylyth, and it worked fairly well. He did a ton of damage to me, but I was fine. I even kept the one for the transfer, which I didn't need to eventually use, and in the end it seemed like he wasn't really going for the objectives, so I thought I was just going to win right away, but last thing he did was move over the Griffin or whatever his name is to the left one. So now the way that he has it set up, I really have my choice of either winning by scenario or by caster kill. So my turn 3, I decide to go for the scenario win because in this league, if you ever kill the caster, you can't use him again the next game. So, I never want to be a jerk to my opponent if possible. So really, I just have the Proteus pull off his one Jack from the left one. Lylyth goes over, does some shooting, and then the Scythian goes over, clears out the right objective, and boom, scenario win. So, victory to Lylyth. I didn't get to use the trick that I wanted, but I think the big thing here is just to make sure to go for these scenario wins. Especially if your opponent kind of loses track of them, it's easy to pick some fast points, and then in no time, bam, you can win a game just like that. So, anyway, hope to like watching it. Bye.